You can't ask me anything right now, but if you could, you would probably ask me some basic questions to begin with. The ones we always ask, the ones that are in the fact box next to the written interview. What's your name? How old are you? Where are you from? Well, now you know my name. But when people ask me about my age or about my origin, I always think, yeah, go on, ask, and I will answer. But will the answers actually tell you anything about me? I will talk about the last question, where I come from. I come from Umeå, but it was years ago I defined Umeå as my hometown, or rather the place I would like to call my hometown. I moved from there 3 months ago, but when I walked the streets of Umeå to say goodbye to the city I was born in, I realized that we already had said goodbye. Umeå was changing, and I was already changed. 3 years ago, I traveled to southern Sweden once or twice a month. Organizations, concerts, meetings, and visiting friends. The result was that all places I visited, all things I did, all persons I talked to shaped my identity into something that was not at home in Umeå. The city I stayed in the most was this city. This is also the city where my identity changed into what it is today. I moved here, and the feeling of home is overwhelming. Even if Umeå still felt like home, the assumption that that would say something about me is kind of weird too. All the citizens of Umeå has different economic situations, gender identity, interests, family constellations, and life stories. And just because of them answering Umeå to the question, they are considered having something in common, something that is so important for their identity that it should be one of the first things they say to explain who they are. The feeling of home is something that really depends on the city itself. I would never feel this at home here if I didn't have a safety net of friends and a feeling of stability that this place and this life I have here will last. If I leave, I can return. Home is also a context where I can be myself, where I feel accepted and wanted. And it's also somewhere where my identity can expand. I would never feel this at home in Gothenburg if I wasn't treated well by the people I met. If I wasn't included and considered worth to get to know. If I couldn't relate to the people here, I would never call it my home. I think that we can create this atmosphere of home anywhere together. If this is the case, we have the opportunity to offer each other a home. By opening our hearts, creating love and stability if that is what's needed, or open up for new perspectives and things to do for a person who feels closed in. We should let go of the thought of home as a place you were born in or lived in the major part of your life. If we could let that thought drift away to give place for a definition of home as something you create together with others, we would generate a more loving world. My point is that the place you're physically born in doesn't have to be your home forever or even for a minute. I have been born in 1 billion places, persons, and situations. I have been born in everything that had an impact on me. And if you think something is too small to have an impact, try going to bed with a mosquito in the room and you'll get some perspectives. All these places, persons, and situations shaped me into what I am now and where I feel at home. So, if you want to know something about me, don't ask me where I come from. Ask what I have done, where I have been, what people I met, and what I thought about me, what I thought about it. Ask me where, when, and how I feel at home. And ask for my name so that you can say, Leila, you can build a home here if you want to. Thank you.